Oh, no, okay, I'm good. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order this City of Colwood Planning and Land Use Committee meeting for Tuesday, September the 5th. This evening, we acknowledge with respect that we're meeting on the traditional territory of the Lekwungen speaking peoples, and we are honored to have the opportunity to build strong working relationships with the people of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. Don't believe we have any public participation, no offense. But if there is, there's no one online, of course, Amanda, I don't think. No, okay. Yeah, so call to order, and we have a motion to move the agenda for September 5th, 2023 by Councillor Jansen. Can I have a seconder? James down the end. Okay, looking for a mover on 3.1 to adopt the Planning and Land Use Committee meeting minutes from July 4th, 2023. Are there any errors or omissions in those minutes? Seeing none, is there a mover? James again, the seconder on that. Anybody want to second that one? Okay, Michael's seconding that. Great, sorry. Okay. There is an opportunity for members of the public to present or ask questions of the committee, with the exception of bylaw 1913 CD 33 2350 Souk Road. But seeing no public presentation or questions, we'll move to item 5, new business. And I would call on Daniel Lake, planning technician, regarding development variance permit 276A Belmont Road.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, committee members. My name is Daniel Lake. For those of you that don't know me, I recently started here at the City of Colwood as a planning technician. I will be presenting agenda item 5.1 tonight, which is development variance permit 23006 for 276A Belmont Road. So for a proposal tonight, the applicant is requesting an amendment to section 3.2 of DVP 0605. The intent of the request is to decrease the minimum side yard setback for an accessory dwelling unit, also called a garden suite, from 3.64 meters to 1.5 meters at 276A Belmont Road. A little bit of the site context here. 276A Belmont Road is located in the Belmont Park neighborhood of Colwood. The property is zoned R1, Residential 1, and falls under the neighborhood OCP land use designation. There's currently one detached single-family home located at the subject property. The proposed garden suite is 1 story in height and matches the form and character of the existing family home. Attached to the slide here, you can see the site plan as well as some elevations. This is also the first proposal that we've had at the city that takes advantage of the new garden suite regulations that were recently passed. 276A Belmont Road falls within the neighborhood land use designation in Colwood's official community plan. Lands within the neighborhood OCP land use designation are historically comprised of single detached dwellings, but also support infill housing and limited small-scale commercial and mixed-use developments. The proposed garden suite aligns with some of the OCP design guidelines for the neighborhood OCP land use designation. Namely, there is sufficient off-street parking located at the property. The floor area ratio is well within the suggested maximum of 1.2. And the garden suite is an example of sensitive infill housing that matches the existing scale of residential use at the subject property. Accessory dwelling units are a permitted use in most residential zones in Colwood, subject to various siting and sizing requirements. Section 5.6.06 of the land use bylaw notes that in the R1 zone, a side yard setback of at least 1.5 meters is required for a garden suite. While the applicant intends to build their garden suite in accordance with the setback requirement, an existing development variance permit, this is DVP 0605, requires that 276A Belmont Road have a side yard setback of at least 3.64 meters for the construction of a dwelling. Other than this, the garden suite adheres to all land use bylaw requirements. Development notification signs have been posted on site and postcards have been sent to neighbors within 75 meters advising them of the proposed variance. Committee may wish to recommend to council one of the following options: that the development variance permit be approved, that the development variance permit be deferred for further information, or that the development variance permit be denied. Thank you for your time. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. The applicant is unable to be here tonight, but he does send his regrets. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. I'll open the floor to discussion.
With the addition of the garden suite, is there any provision or thought in the plan for parking for that new suite? And if so, is it, because I didn't see anything on the site plan.
Yeah, sorry. On the site plan, it is tucked a little way in the back, but there is sufficient parking. So with the addition of the garden suite, the resident is required to have one additional unobstructed parking space in addition to the residential use, and they are meeting that requirement. So they do have 3 parking spaces at the property.
All right. My question was mostly surrounding where the existing service lines run from the existing house to the city property. The current drawings aren't exactly like high resolution, so it appears as if this new house would be sitting right on top of them. I assume that the new house would tie into them as well. Do we know if that is overhead electrical or underhead electrical or underground electrical service, and like if they will be upgrading the service requirements for that house? Do we know anything in terms of other parts of this development permit that have been accounted for outside of just the variance on where to drop the particular garden suite?
In terms of the specific building components of the garden suite, I'm not too familiar, I'm not aware, but at the building permit stage, in order for issuance to go through, they would have to adhere to all requirements that our building department sets.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions for Daniel? No, seeing none. Oh, maybe I do see one. Nope. Seeing no further questions, thank you, Daniel. I would look to see if anyone at this point in time wants to make a motion regarding the recommendation.
Motion. I'll motion to approve it.
Do we have a second? Okay, so we have Trina seconding the motion from Michael. And just for clarity, I believe the motion is to accept staff recommendation to decrease the minimum side yard setback for an accessory dwelling unit from the 3.64 to 1.5 meters.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. That takes us to item 6 on the agenda, adjournment. If we have a motion to adjourn. Anybody got Councillor Jansen, seconded by Trina. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Wow.
That's it.